What's up, guys? This is DJ coming at you. Hey, just an update on the Razor Mx650 by Razor. This little electric motorcycle I had here. I want to highly recommend that people that want to get around with an electric vehicle really look into this thing. This thing is totally awesome, guys. Totally awesome. It's got a 650 watt motor. Upgradable. It's very upgradable. You can upgrade the gear ratio on it. It has a 650 watt motor. It does really well stock, guys. That's if you're not into speed. Like, I have a 102 sprocket on mine, geared to only go like 14 mile an hour. But it's a lot of fun cruising at the side of the road or whatever else. I just got back on a trip to the grocery store, probably about maybe 4 or 5 mile round trip. The bike did really good. People thought I think I'm crazy riding it. That's okay. Got my rearview mirror, got my safety vest on, as you can see. But the bike does really good, guys. I just use a lock, U-lock when I go inside the store and lock it to the bike rack. Does real good. The suspension is awesome. Look at my videos. Remember, I upgraded the suspension to the Epicon, Suntour Epicon rear shock. Again, it's a direct fit. I would tell anybody out there, as far as scooters and electric bikes are concerned, cheaper electric models, this thing here is totally awesome. And remember, it's upgradable. Maybe later on I'll get a lithium-ion battery in there, but it's not a big hurry to me because I'm pretty happy with it doing 14 mile an hour. As you can see, I changed the handlebars out to give it a more authentic motocross look. Guys, this thing is the bomb. Don't go out. If you just want an electric vehicle to get around the neighborhood, or even around town, that'll get you anywhere up to 10 to 17 miles. I got 17 miles on this the other day. But that's due to the gear ratio change. But if you want something like that, inexpensive, look into the Razor Mx650 dirt bike. They call it a dirt rocket. I think it looks much better with a handlebar change, of course. I got my little Walmart bag on there, so that's actually a cooler. But it's really nice because you can have your cell phone here at the top, little speaker here at the side. I can't say enough good things about it. This frame is steel, guys. Steel frame. Yeah, you may look crazy riding it, but you're having more fun than everybody else. That's how I look at it. I got my little safety light in the back. So I do what I can do to be safe on this thing. And what's nice about it is you got that 16-inch wheel. Guys, they have this thing set up like a real dirt bike. I know because I have a real dirt bike. Dual sport bike right there. That is the, what is it? The Yamaha WR250R. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. All right. When I tell you guys that this thing is awesome, you know, it only costs you $400 and something bucks to $500 if you get it off of eBay and have it delivered. Check Amazon out. If you can find a used one, even better. I have mine probably coming up on a year, something like that. But I'm still doing testing on it. I am absolutely blown away. I know there are guys out there that are doing mods to theirs to where their vehicles will do 35 miles an hour. You can do that if you want to. I'm not into that. I mean, if I want to go fast, I got a real motorcycle to do that on. But as far as zipping around town within a 10, 15 mile range, this thing is a bomb. 36 volt. It's got 3 huge batteries in it. I would love to have a lithium-ion setup or a LiFePro 4 setup in this motorcycle, electric motorcycle, e-bike, whatever. It goes, I'm pretty sure, under the e-bike classifications. But it's awesome, guys. I want to share that with you guys because sometimes people think you got to go out and spend $3,000, $4,000, and you don't if you just want an e-vehicle to get around on. This thing does great. The suspension, and it's upgradable. That's the key. Like I said, you can play with the rear sprocket. You know, it comes stock with an 82. Okay? I'm 200 pounds, so I need torque to get up them hills in the different variances in the, you know, when you're riding off-road or whatever else. And this thing has plenty of torque to do it. Plenty. So if you do go lithium-ion or LiFePro 4, put one of those batteries in there, it's going to even do better because it's going to be much, much lighter. But yeah, 650 watt motor, guys. This thing is the bomb. GoPed, they make scooters and stuff, right? Their best scooter is not what this thing is. It's not. Keeping it real. GoPed's best scooter is like $2,000. $2,000. You can get this thing here for $400 to $450 right in that range if you shop around. It's got dual suspension, guys. Dual suspension. And what makes it's got freewheel too. What makes it so awesome is that you got the bigger tires, so you got ground clearance. Your rotors are higher off the ground. Your brake rotors are higher off the ground. And that means what? Less damage, less possible damage to your braking system. Unlike the GoPed, which has a disc brake, which sits really low to the ground. I can't say enough good things about this. I don't really even have any negatives. Why? Because of the price point. It's cheap, guys. This thing is dirt cheap. But you can have this the rest of your life. You know, I'm 50 years old and I'm riding around on this thing, having a blast. You know, I was riding it around on the way to the grocery store, pulled over and was watching some horses, you know, at the side of the road. You know, just stuff like that you can do. You can have a lot of fun with these vehicles. You can have a lot of fun going slow. It's not all about going 30 miles an hour, you know. Just cruising through the neighborhood, cruising through town, you know, enjoying the scenery or whatever. And this is very, very inexpensive. And it's got lead-acid batteries. Even when the lead-acid batteries go out, guys, they're dirt cheap to replace, like $119, you know. But my lead-acid batteries, they're doing so well, I don't even know what to say, guys. You know, really. If you want an e-vehicle, electric vehicle to ride around the neighborhood, I would have to say this is one of the best things you can get. And I have electric bikes. Look at my videos. I have high-end electric bikes, but if you don't want to pedal, you just want to buzz around the neighborhood, this is the thing to get. It's simple. It's not all about the hub motor. I have bikes with hub motors that have throttle. Okay? This thing has a good old traditional motor on it, and having that motor gives you the options to change gear ratios. That's really big. You know, trust me. You know, this thing, you know, I see some of the hub motor scooters, they're asking like $1,500, $2,500 for these hub motor scooters. Yeah, they're nice, but it's kind of dangerous to go that fast standing up. You know, some of these scooters go like 30 miles an hour. You're paying a lot of money for them. It's not even worth it. You're much safer to get something like this. You save a ton of money. This thing's only like I got mine for $350 off of eBay. Off of Amazon. I got lucky like around a year ago. I got it for like $350, and I'm so shocked and pleased with it. It does excellent. You can find them used sometimes on Craigslist. Just put new batteries in them and put your throttle system in it, oil the chain, you're good. And it even has disc brakes. You know, it does really well. It's very stable at high speeds too, because I was going down a hill. I had to be going 25 to 30 miles an hour, coasting down this hill. And this bike was very stable due to the bigger tires, you know, low center of gravity, you know. So I would just say if you ride it, wear a safety vest like I do, because you do sit a little lower to the ground, okay, just so people can see you. People see you feel safe. You know, I'm trying to be seen so they don't run me over. But again, I stay at the side of the road. Due to the oversized tires, this thing does great off-road. I'm trying to give you guys a decent review on this thing, you know. They show most of the reviews you see little kids on them. Nah, man. I even found out that Razor, they make an adult version of this. You know, the only difference is it's camouflage. This is fine. I love the way this thing looks. You know, you can compare it to my real dirt bike. It looks just as good. You know, and it's not a toy. I want to reiterate, this thing is not a toy. It is an electric motorcycle. Okay, you can call it a scooter, whatever, but it is an electric motorcycle. Legitimate. You know, does great off-road. Like I said, I upgraded my suspension. You know, that's a real big plus. You know, if you want to see how, go back and look at my videos. And I'm not trying to grow my channel for subscribers or anything like that. I'm just sharing information. Because why? You know, a lot of people want to get an electric vehicle, and the electric bike market is robbing people. I know, I bought one. They're overpricing these electric bikes. Go back and see my videos. I talk about it a little bit with the lithium-ion batteries and how they're price gouging people and just overpricing these vehicles. It's too much money. It doesn't make any sense to pay that to get a good electric bike, you have to pay, you know, $3,500, like I did back in the day. You know, if I would have knew about this, it'd been a different story. You know, if I knew about this e-vehicle right here, this thing is totally awesome. Totally. I can't say enough good things about it. The front suspension works great. Works really good. Super good on the front suspension. And you can just charge it up. You ride it around. Every time I get done riding this thing, I throw it back on charge. Okay? I can't say enough good things about this, guys. Again, I ride a real dirt bike. So you can take my word for it. You know, all you have to do, the biggest thing you can do when you get this is to change your sprocket out if you want more torque. If you live in a hilly area, if you live in a more flat area, maybe you can get by fine with just the stock shock. But I think the torque curve is much better with a 100-tooth sprocket on the rear. Much better. You got more torque. The rear suspension does, you know, that's something that can be upgradable. I didn't have to change this thing. I bought a shock, put it in there. The same shock that's on this motorcycle is on my high-end electric mountain bike, except for the lockout, made by the same company, guys. Again, get this. Adults, get this. If you want something worthy to ride around that's going to be somewhat comfortable, of course, the seat isn't perfect as far as padding, but you'll get used to it. You're not going to be riding it for 4 hours anyway, or 2 hours. It's great to zip around town on. Okay, just wanted to throw that at you guys, encourage guys to get this bike. It's awesome. You know, if you're into speed, then maybe you want to throw a lithium-ion pack in there. If you're not into speed, if you're comfortable with 14 miles an hour with a 100-tooth sprocket, stock is 17 miles an hour. Look into the Reveiw Mx650. Later, Gator.